What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Philip with Geared Towards Automotive, and behind me we have the new 2020 Kia Forte GT. Now this is the new 6-speed version, and this car is going to give the Civic SI, the Hyundai Elantra S, and the Jetta GLI a run for their money. I promise you, it has a 1.6 liter turbo. It has a lot of nice looking aesthetic features, but it's also a sporty, fun car with a 1.6 liter turbo. So let's check out the outside, the inside, and we'll take it for a drive all in this video. Coming up. In the front, you'll immediately notice the aggressive look of the 2020 GT Forte. Now this has the newer front fascia. It has the tiger nose grille like you would see in most other Kias, like the Telluride, the Stinger, and the Forte. But you're going to have that red accent right there, and that is specific for the GT. And then of course you have the GT logo over to the right, which I'll zoom in and show you that. So that is specific to the GT line, and you'll see that kind of come from the Stinger model as well. And then down below that you have the two fog lights that are kind of set in to the lower part instead of set out there on the left and right. I like that it has more of a European look, and I think it's a lot sportier. And being that the car was designed and engineered by Audi engineers and designers, you can definitely see that coming through. And the car competes with the Jetta GLI, but also kind of looks like from the side a Jetta, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing, and it lends to its new sporty look. Over on the taillights, you'll notice that they kind of branch out like 4 different sections. So you have right there, 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 and there, along with the LED headlights. So that's a new look, and I think it's aggressive and sporty as well. And as we come over here to the new 18-inch GT specific wheels, you have the red ring around the Kia logo. That is specific, so you're looking at it and knowing that it is a GT wheel and GT, and these are wrapped in Michelin tires as well. These again look like a European wheel, European look. I think they're fantastic. I think they did an amazing job with the two-tone polished and matte alloy look with the gray. As we come along the side, you'll have the piano black accent with the blinker right there on the mirror, and now you have the smart key and the keyless entry. You don't have remote start from the key, however you can do it with the Microsoft UVO app, and then you have the push to unlock and lock right there. And this is a look from the front corner of the new Forte GT. So you'll notice here you have these little vents that come through here. Now this isn't functional right here, but this one is, and then you have your turn signals here. I like that. I wish they made it all functional, but you know, more or less it still looks good. It's all piano black and it works well with the pearl white paint. I would imagine it would work well and look good with any other color, but I specifically like the contrast of the black and white right here. Here's a closer look under the hood at the new 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. It's gasoline direct injected, and you're going to get 201 horsepower for a rather light vehicle. Now, if you get it in the 6-speed manual like this one, you're going to have full control of the vehicle, and it's going to be that much more fun. So I wanted to point out, these are the 18-inch sport wheels. You originally would get the 17-inch wheels in the car, but these have the Michelin summer tires as well. So it's a bit of an upgrade, and then that's just important to note, just in case you're looking at one, you're noticing it may look a little bit different. That might be why. So this has the GT line spoiler along the back, and again, that goes really well with the snow white pearl. They're going to have the GT logo that they took right off the Stinger, and then the dual exhaust with the piano black and red accents as well. Now you'll have the parking sensors 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So along the back here, you're going to have the LED taillights that go all the way across. Again, more of a European look. Goes really well, as you can kind of see with the pearl white paint right there. This steering wheel looks like it was plucked right out of the Stinger GT, which it probably was. You'll notice you have the GT logo right there, flat bottom, along with the red contrast stitching, solid leather up top and bottom. Then you have the stippled leather right here where your hands would grip. So amazing style and design right there. Looks really sporty. And on the steering wheel, you're going to have all of your Bluetooth controls, menu options for the larger screen you have back there on the Forte GT model, and then your cruise control right here. Of course, lights, wipers, all of that stuff is standard. Down here you have all of your lane assist and safety features, along with your blind spot indicators. You can kind of turn that on and off right there if that gets annoying. One thing I want to point out though is that these vents, they move every which way, definitely taking a page out of the higher end vehicles book. And you have the screen that pops up out of the dashboard right there, which is sporty as well. Down below the steering wheel, 3 sporty looking pedals because it is a manual transmission. you'll have complete control and fun with this car. These seats are not power, however, you have the red contrast stitching and the leather all the way around, the Safino leather, and then the cloth in the center right here. This is not leather, but you do have a texturized, more like a rubber feel right here, just for more grip for your arm. Just past the 6-speed shifter right here, you're gonna have your sport mode button right there. And then you're gonna have your USB and power outlets right down below with the wireless charging mat. And then up above that, you'll have your climate control features. Now in the back, you'll notice you have standard seating right here. The back seat is roomy, and it's kind of funny. My wife always yells at me because I have all this camera equipment in the back for all of the shots. However, I like to kind of give you guys a real world look at what it would look like with your crap in the back of the car. If you're commuting to and from work, or if you have a backpack back there, that's what it's gonna look like. So for size reference, there's my camera equipment in the back seat of the Forte. Plenty of space, just like the Forte normally has. Pull each side down to fold those seats flat down. The one thing I don't like, the one gripe I have with this car, if there's any, is, you know, this goes down, but you don't have the trunk release lever here or here. You have to go inside and do it, and it reminds me of my old 2012 Hyundai Elantra. The one thing it's missing is just an automatic trunk release button on the back of the car. It's really cool. Once you put it in sport mode, you hit this button here and everything lights up red on the screen in front of you, and you have an even sportier exhaust note, and I like that it tells you when to shift into up into the higher gears or down in front of you. Kind of gives you like a green arrow and a 3, 4, and a 5. But you'll notice when you put it in the sport mode, you have the sport suspension, and then you have the sport exhaust as well. Now, one of the key differences for this Forte versus the old ones are that you have the multi-link rear suspension, so it makes for an even sportier feel as you're going around turns and hitting turns faster and just getting the full use out of the car like you may not have been able to on the older models. And we're in third gear here as we go up this hill. We kind of just floor it. You'll notice and hear the turbo kick in as we shift up into fourth, and then you have that pull right at around almost 3,000 RPMs, which is awesome. But as you pop it in and out of gear and shift throughout the gears, you'll notice that the clutch is very, very smooth in and out. And as you shift down into third gear, or shift up into fourth and fifth, it doesn't jerk in and out, it doesn't feel cheap. It's a solid build. What's really impressive to me is that you get so much power out of the car, but you get really good gas mileage as well. I mean, you're gonna be getting in the average, in the middle, probably 28 to 30 miles per gallon if I were to guess, based on the averages and the combination of city and highway and how you're driving. There's gonna be worse drivers than others, more aggressive drivers than others. But comparing it to what else is out there, like the SI and other cars, you're gonna get really good gas mileage and really good power. So it's definitely a competitor, and the price point, under $30,000, gives all of the other cars a run for their money, because I believe this is the cheapest version you can get compared to all of those other cars. And as we're going up a hill here, downshifting into third, plenty of power. It's really fun. It has a good, the exhaust has a good tone to it as well. It's like you're driving a mini Stinger GT. You have all of the same features: touchscreen, sporty steering wheel, wireless phone charger, all the driver assist features, and plenty of power to go with it. So no complaints here. I think the only thing I can complain about, if I had to complain about anything, would be the fact that I don't have a power seat and full leather. But those are very little things to complain about when you're getting all of this car for under $30,000. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the driving portion of the 2020 Kia Forte GT, the inside, the outside. Let me know down in the comments down below what features you like about this model, what you wish it had, and do you think it competes with the Civic SI and a lot of the other sporty models out there? I think it does, but would love to hear your feedback down below. And of course, as always, hit that like button. It helps the analytics and the algorithm. And then I'll see you guys on the next video.